Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Zabak coming back with another lesson through the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Lord willing, this will be edifying. All right, this is a quick one too before I go to bed. But the spirit is on me, so let's get to it. All right. So I'd like to start off by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Racha Kwadash. Double honors unto my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops, who teach and rule well, teaching the 100% truth of this gospel, the 100% truth of the Bible. Okay. Uh, Salutation, peace, and blessing unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, pushing forth the word whether people hear for bear, and are awaiting on Yahweh Shai and putting their trust in Yahweh Shai to deliver us from this wicked kingdom. All right. So let's get into it. It says here in Jeremiah 9:23, thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches. So the brother is basically telling you, if whatever you have, don't glory in what you have. Don't glory in your riches. Don't glory in materialistic things. Even when it comes to wisdom, don't glory in your wisdom, because ultimately all these things come from the Lord. Okay, the Lord maketh the man rich. The Lord maketh the man poor. The Lord maketh the man mighty. The Lord can make a man, with bad health, ill. The Lord can make a man wise. The Lord can make you dumb. Okay, as it says, even in a part, there's a scripture. There's an event when the Lord made the father of John the Baptist stop speaking. Okay, because of his unbelief. So the Lord used that as a sign, so he couldn't speak. He couldn't speak, so he became as dumb. Roughly paraphrasing, until the prophecy was fulfilled. Okay, that he was gonna have a child, and that child was gonna be named John. Okay, so it says here, but let him that glorieth glory in this. So if you're gonna glory, if you're gonna boast in something, what is it? What is it? It's not in riches, it's not in wisdom, it's not in might. What are you supposed to glory in? Is that he understandeth and knoweth me. Knowing who? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And how do you know the Lord? According to the scriptures. Okay? Not as the world portrays him, but according to his real characteristics. Because we know that the Lord was xed out in this society, pertaining to Revelation 11. His characteristics, even the way he looks. The people have a false image, a false depiction in their minds when they're praying unto whom they so-called call God. Okay, but the real power of Israel, the power that created heaven and hell, Salakia, that created heaven and earth, Salakia, that created heaven and earth, the power of the Bible, the power of Yahweh, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is a so-called black man, right? An austere man, a man of war, a man that requires obedience. Okay, a man that hates the sinner. Okay, not the sin. He hates the sin, but he also hates the sinner. He's angry with the wicked every day. Okay, that's the characteristics of her power, man. Okay, and this is who you have to turn to, man. And this is what you have to glory in. If you're going to glory in something, you have to glory in the fact that the Lord has given you this understanding. The Lord has opened your eyes to actually know Him. Yahushua said, "He that if you see me, you see my Father." Okay, if you believe in me, you believe in my Father. Okay. So this is all according to the doctrine. So if you're gonna glory in the fact that you know this truth, okay? That I am the Lord which exercises loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, said the Lord. And those are the characteristics of the Lord. He loves loving kindness. He loves judgment. Every day his judgment are being executed. Okay, people are being put to death. People are suffering. People are exalted. People are being brought low. All these things are judgment of the Lord. And again, all these things are done in righteousness. Okay, those are the things that the Lord delights in. Okay, so again, it says here in Sirach 10:9, why is earth and ashes proud? Pertaining to the human being. Okay, the human being was not made to be proud, man. To be proud, you have to be a power to be proud, man. Okay, ultimately, how can you be proud if you're going to die? Okay, what's the pride in that? You have no why you have pride knowing that there's a time appointed for you to die. How can you be proud? Speaking for the Israelites, how can you be proud knowing that you have to clock in? soon come. Tomorrow you have to go clock in and bow down to your oppressors. How can you be proud, man? You're under captivity till this day, subject unto payments, but you're gonna be proud. You know, you have no might in your hands. All right. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such as one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his own bowels. Okay? It says here, verse 12, the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High. And like I said before, if you're going to glory in the fact that you know the Most High. Pride is the beginning of when you depart yourself from the Most High. You disregard His law, statutes, and commandments, and you go about your own knowledge. You go about your own heart instead of following the orders of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's the beginning of pride. Okay, the beginning of wisdom is to fear the Most High. The beginning of pride is when you disregard the Most High. You're not fearing the Lord. You see, that's the opposite. The beginning of wisdom is when you fear the Lord. The beginning of pride is when you depart from the Lord. Okay, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. So again, your heart is turned away. Your mind is turned away from following after the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And we already know that the carnal man cannot be subject unto the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai because he's carnal. He's moving in the flesh, and we know that the laws are spiritual. So all these heathens and the 2/3 of Israel, they're already not, their mindsets are already detached because they're walking in the flesh rather than the spirit. To walk in the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is to walk in the spirit. To do what is to depart from evil. Okay? But when you're walking in the flesh, when you're walking according to carnality, you're actually walking towards the darkness. You're turning your face from Yahweh, you're turning your back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and you're walking in darkness. Right? You're departing from your maker. You're departing from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. For pride is the beginning of sin. Okay, so before you even sin, that's the pride comes in, disregarding the fear of the because sin is the when you break the commandments, that's sin. When you break the law, statutes, and commandments, you sin. Okay, so the beginning of sin, so pride is the beginning of sin. So you first off you depart from the fear of the Lord, and then you commit sin by departing from the fear of the Lord. Okay, and that is pride. Okay, and he that had it shall pour out abominations, because why? You're doing things that are against Yahweh Shemel Shai, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. That goes into that judgment. I read before that the Lord delighted in judgment and in righteousness. Okay, so again, you're not being right. You're doing abomination in the sight of Yahweh Shemel Shai. The eyes of the Lord are upon those that the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. So of course he's going to judge them, okay? For the abomination and atrocities that they're committing on the earth, for forsaking the laws of Yahweh Bashem El Shai. At the end of the day, there's a judgment for that. And even that goes also into why are you proud? Why is ash and earth proud? Why is earth and ashes proud? Knowing that at the end of the day, you have to face Yahweh Bashem El Shai. You have to face judgment. Where's the pride in that? You, in a sense, knowing that there is an end, knowing that you have to face Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, you should be humble, and that's what the Lord is expecting for us. The sacrifice of a just man is to be a contrite spirit and a broken heart. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, so it says here, verse 18: pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. Okay, so again, it even tells you, be angry and sin not. Okay, let not the sun go down upon your wrath. You're not supposed to be angry or mad man. That's a beast. Okay, that's a beast like nature to be angry and furious. Ultimately, that's for the Lord. The Lord can be angry. The Lord can be furious. Okay, as it says, it wasn't made for man. Okay, because the Lord can have these attributes because He has to place judgment. He can be mad or He can be happy in a sense. Okay, but again, pride was not made for man. A man was not made to be proud. Why? Because he, like I said before, you have to face judgment. You have to face at the end of your life. You have to face Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for the action that you committed. Okay, that's why that pride thing is solely a thing of the world, solely a thing of the flesh. Okay, because that's what the world pushes. That's what Isa Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, pushes. He pushes the pride of life, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh. That's what he pushes, man. Look at me, look at my, and like I read before in Jeremiah, glory. We should not glory in these things. If the Lord has exalted you in a position that you can have a nice house, a nice car, a nice job, you should thank the Lord, Tawada Yahweh Bashim Yashai, for putting me in this situation, rather than to glory in yourself. What happened unto Nebuchadnezzar when he was glorying in himself, thinking that he was the one that established himself, that he was the one that established his kingdom? The Lord abased him, made him eat grass. You know, made him to the point where he had to acknowledge that, yo, it's the Lord, man. The Lord is in control, man. That's when the Lord brought him back up. Okay. And that's ultimately a representation of what's going to happen unto Isa Edom. But Isa Edom is not going to rise up afterwards, man. Because when we get into rulership, we're going to rule forever. Okay? Righteousness is going to be established on the earth. And after 1,000 years, Isa Edom is going to be destroyed, man. Done away with. Cut off forever. It says here in Galatians 6:3, for if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. Okay? We're like the life of a man is as the grasses of the grasses of the ground, that spring up and then they wither away. Okay, this is as our life is, man. Is as for a shadow. It's like a shadow that passes away, roughly paraphrasing. Because you're here today and tomorrow you could be gone, man. We all, the average man, the average human lives at this day. If you make it past 80, you wish you were out of here. If you make it past 80, you wish you were in the spirit realm. Even to this point, your brothers, we want to be with Yahweh Bashim Yashai. We want to be where dwell in righteousness. But it's expedient for the body of Yahweh Shai that his teachers be here. Okay. So it says here, so again, if you think that you're something when you're nothing, you're deceiving your own self. And then you're in darkness. Okay, you're in darkness. You're gonna lead. You're gonna end up in being destroyed. Okay, it says here in Sirach 5:1, set thy heart upon thy goods and say not, I have enough for my life. Like that again goes into pride. Like, look at me, look at what I have. There's a precept where it says, thy foolish man. Let me try to bring it up. Barn. Let's see. Yeah, Luke 12:16, and there spake a parable and he spake a parable unto them, saying, that's Yahushua speaking, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruit? And he said, this will I do, I will pull down my barn and build greater, and there shall I bestow my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, that has much goods laid up for many years, take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. And again, he's not thinking about Yahweh Shem Yashai. He's thinking that, okay, I'm good, I have enough, I have riches, I have enough for the years to come. Right? I'm set. That's what he was thinking. I'm set. I can lay back and chill now. For many years, man. I can just relax. I'm good, man. But it says what? But the Most High said unto him, thou fool. Why is he a fool? Because he did not put it in perspective that Yahweh Bashim was there. Yahweh Bashim Shai was watching. Yahweh Bashim Shai could judge him. He was not walking in the fear of the Lord. He was walking in pride. He was rich and he was walking in pride. And that's why we said before, the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Maker. One departed from the Most High. Okay? And in his mind, he departed. He departed from the Most High because he thought that he was good. Because of what he had, because of the physical things he had. He didn't know that Yahweh Bashim Yahshai could judge him. And that's why the Lord said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast? So is he that layeth up treasures for himself and is not rich towards the Most High. Glory not in your riches, glory not in your might, glory not in your wisdom, glory in the fact that you know Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, glory in the fact that you serve him, glory in the fact that you're working for salvation. Okay? Glory in the fact that the Lord has given you an opportunity to obtain salvation. That is what you should glory in. Okay? And again, all that in righteousness, all that walk, all that being humble. Okay? You see? And again, it can. And then he said unto his disciples, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what shall ye eat, neither for your body, what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Okay, so it's more than all the flashing, the light, the flashing light, the glamour, the YOLO spirit. Is, walking after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, there's more to life than all these, the what the world can offer, man. Okay? Walking in the fear of the Lord, that's the greatest thing that a man can do in this world, man. Okay? Showing love to the brothers, to the sisters that truly believe in Yahweh Shem Shai. That is what life is all about, man. Okay? Unity in the brotherhood. The walking in the fear of the Lord. Serving Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? As it says, love working no ill, okay, against his neighbor. Alright? So this is what it's all about, man. And again, it's not about serving yourself. It's about serving each other. Okay, as a body. How can I help the next man? How can I help the body? How can I feed the sheep? How can I edify the next person? Okay, how can I build? How can I, as it says, iron sharpeneth iron? How can I build the next person up? You see, as it says, seek the next man's wealth, not your own. Okay, because the world pushes that vibration of me, myself, and I. It's all about me, me, me. Look at me, you know. Look at what I'm doing. I'm out there, Snapchat, Facebook, all these so. But walking after Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, it's bigger than yourself, and that takes you out of that box, and it makes you see, and it makes you think and be compassionate of other people around you, man. Especially those that are in the household of faith, those that fear the Lord, those that walk after Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, this is what it is to walk after Yahushai. It's not thinking about yourself, even though you seek your own salvation with fear and trembling, but you're really seeking for the collective of the body of Yahushai. Okay. So again, when I was bringing that out, it's Sirach 5:1. Set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. So that's it. Don't say, okay, I have enough. I made enough. I have 10,000 million. I have 10 millions in the bank. I'm good. I can start investing, and then just retire and kick back and relax. I don't have to worry about nothing now. I'm good. Nah, man. This thing is about work. Okay. And again, this thing is walking in the fear of the Lord, man. You have to walk in the fear of the Lord. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. So again, don't walk according to the flesh. Don't walk according to the carnality. Walk in the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Depart from pride. Depart from evil. Okay? And say not, who shall control me of my works? For the Lord shall surely revenge thy pride. For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. So again, all that stuff that goes into that pride of life, thinking that you have enough, thinking that you're good, thinking that you're settled. The Lord will surely revenge thy pride, because pride was not made for men. Yeah, matter of fact, when you're up, you should fear, man. Again, you should walk in wisdom, knowing the story of Job, how he lost everything. Imagine the Lord builds you up just to make you fall down, man. Just to see, are you gonna keep your integrity? How many are gonna keep their in this world would keep their integrity, or so most people would do vile things, will do anything to get back on top. These so-called has-beens in the Hollywood or in the music industry or whatever. Now all of a sudden Isa Edom is not putting their music on the charts, and now they have bills to pay and things of that nature. And Isa pulls up with a contract, tells him, yo, now you have to wear a dress. Now you have to do all sorts of abominations. Are you willing to do that? And they signed the contract because they're already through. But the Lord will surely avenge thy pride. Okay. So it says here in Revelation 3:17, because thou sayest, I am rich, and increase it with goods, and have need of nothing. That's stupid, man. That's foolish to say that you have need of nothing. Okay, we always need Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, regardless of what situation we're in. Okay, now as it says in good times, there's not a remembrance of the bad, And in bad time, there's not a remembrance of the good. But regardless, we always have to keep in mind that Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is watching over us, man. Okay? Yeah, either for good or for evil, depending on how you walking towards Him. If you're walking in the love of the Lord, if you're walking in the fear of the Lord, or if you're completely disregarding Him and going about your own, going about the knowledge of your heart, you're going in the ways of your heart and your mind. Okay, it says here, because thou sayest, I am rich and am increased with goods, and have not no and have need of nothing, and knoweth not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. That's what these people are, man. They're miserable. Okay, they're wretched. They're poor in spirit. Okay, they might be rich, but they're poor. They're blind because they don't know that the way that they're walking is leading them into destruction. They're naked because they're not protected. They're naked because they're sinning. They're naked because they're wicked at the end of the day, because they're really not walking in the fear of the Lord. Okay, it's not really about the Lord. We have to look according to a spiritual lens. You see these, it says, I was foolish at the wicked. I was envious at the wicked. Salakia, I was envious at the wicked, knowing that like they prosper in this world. But once I entered into the sanctuary of the Most High, I understood their end. And what is their end? Destruction, death, calamity, and woes, famine, all these things, man. In the time of destruction, they will not be protected. That's why they're miserable. That's why they're wretched. That's why they're poor. That's why they're blind. That's why they're naked. At the end of the day, pride is going to lead them unto death, unto destruction. Okay? I counsel thee. That's Yahweh speaking. Like, don't say that you have no need of nothing. Don't say that because you're in a good position now that you don't have need of nothing. Don't forget about Yahweh Hashem Shai. Don't forget that He's the one in control. Okay? Whether in good, whether in bad, remember that Yahweh Hashem Shai is in power. He's the one that's setting you up in that situation, in that position. Okay? So Yahweh Shai is saying, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, meaning that knowledge. Okay? That you may be rich in spirit. Okay? And white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that thy shame and thy nakedness do not appear. And that raiment goes into thy righteousness. And what is righteousness? Walking after Yahweh Bashem El Shai. Okay. It says here, and thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. As many as I love, I rebuke and chastise. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. So again, that's the thing. That if the Lord loves you, you're gonna go through hell because He's chastising. Chastising you. It's like He's chastening you, and says the Lord, him who He loved, He chastened, He corrected. Happy is the man who the Lord corrected. So at the end of the day, it's for your benefit that He's doing these things. All right. It's like yeah, man. So again, the Lord, if the Lord is really dealing with you, there's gonna be moments when you're high. There's gonna be moments when you're down, and ultimately, that's to put you through that fire to see your worth. Okay, if the Lord really loves you, if you're true, if ultimately you're not really a man of the Lord, if your whole life everything's going good for you, man, you're not going through hell, you're not suffering affliction, your family, your family life, your financials, your everything is going well. Everything is going well. Everyone loves you. That you're not really a man of the Lord, man, if you don't have enemies, Because at the end of the day, we're speaking against the world, man. We're speaking against these people. We're speaking against wickedness. We're speaking against darkness. We're speaking against we're speaking against this kingdom. We're speaking of the downfall of this kingdom. Okay? And the exaltation of the people of the Lord, which are the Negroes, Latino, and Native Indians. Okay? So of course, speaking this word, we're gonna be enemies of the world. Okay? Same as Yahweh Shai. It says the world cannot hate you, but it hated me. So because we're pushing the message that comes from above, the message that comes from Yahweh Shai, the world hates us. Okay? So it says here in Sirach 11:4, boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor. For the works of the Lord are wonderful, and His works among men are hidden. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of had worn the crown. So, like I said before, we're speaking of how Isa Edom, the so-called, how these people think that who can make war against the beast. That we're speaking of how these devil is going to be brought down to the ground, and how the lowly, so like the lowest of, so like the lowest of the low are going to be brought up. Okay, those that are at the bottom of the food chain are going to be exalted and rule for eternity, starting with Yahweh Shai. Okay, Proverbs 16:16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather than to be chosen. Salakia, rather to be chosen rather than silver. Salakia. How much better is Salakia? Proverbs 16:16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather than to be chosen than silver? The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. That's the Salakia, I got excited. That's the best way to get to the Father, and to be accepted of Him. Okay, is what? To depart from evil. And what is evil? In that sense, is what is against the commandments of the Lord, man. Walk and not walking after Yahweh Shai. The highway, the fastest way to obtain the love of the Father is to obey His commandments, and to fear Him, and to obey His commandments, and to walk after His Son, after Yahweh Shai. Okay. He that keepeth his way, preserveth his soul. Why? Because you're going to obtain salvation. The Lord will have mercy on you. Lord willing, He will have mercy on you if you do what is right in thy sight. What is right in His sight. Salakia. For whom did the Lord despise who called upon Him? Whom did the Lord turn His back on that did good in His sight? Roughly paraphrasing. Sirach 2:10. Okay? So it says here, pride goeth before destruction. So to depart from the Lord, to depart from following His law, statutes, and commandments, that goes before destruction. Okay? From separating yourself from Yahweh Bashim Yashai goes before destruction, and the haughty spirit before the fall. And that haughty spirit goes again into being high-minded, not being humbled. Okay, better it is to be better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. And that's what those sellout jakes have been doing. They're dividing the spoil. They're dividing the spoil with the proud. And again, they're getting crumbs, man. They're getting pennies on the dollar. You see, while the rich elites are getting richer and richer, and you're just getting the crumbs just to look, just to get a step above on your people, to look like you're living life, but you're really under worse captivity than us, man. Because you have to deal with it, because you're dealing with the devil on a higher level, so you have to do wickedness and abominations and walk after after his ways, man. Okay, yeah, and you have to push for that vibration on your own people, man. You're an angel, and you're an agent of Satan, man. Speaking to the Jay-Z's of the world, man, the Kanye's, get the LeBron James. You're making money on the basketball court, but the guy on top that owns the team, he's balling, man. He's not even worried. He has a cigar in the lounge, man. You see? So it's better to be with the humble of spirit. It's better to be of a humble spirit with the lowly. What did Moses say? It was better. He chose it better to suffer with his people. He chose it better than to be the next Pharaoh in line. He chose it better to suffer with his people in the desert, okay, than to have the riches of sin for a season. And that's what our people are striving for. Those sellout jakes, man. They look like they're winning, but at the end of the day, as it says, pride goeth before destruction, and the haughty spirit before the fall. That's where they're gonna head. That's their end. The fall and destruction. Okay. So it says here in Sirach, I'm gonna close out soon. It says here in Sirach 3:18, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. Okay? Verse 20, for the power of the Lord is great, and He honoreth the lowly. So the lowly, who are the lowly? We are the lowly. Okay, so like I was saying before, how can you be proud when you're in captivity? How can you be proud when you know you have to clock in? You know you're at camp telling the so-called white people to lick the dust off your foot, now knowing that that person might be an Israelite. You know, we have to walk according to the Spirit. Okay, we have to test the Spirit by the Spirit. We can't be carnal minded in this thing, man. We can't be seeking after vainglory. We can't be walking in pride. Okay. Yeah, again, it says wisdom puffeth up. Wisdom puffeth up. So we have to walk according to knowledge. We have to walk according to the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in the fear of the Lord, man. Okay? So I'll close up with this. James 4:6. But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he said, the Most High resisteth the proud, but he giveth grace unto the humble. So again, he resisted the proud. Why? Because they departed from him. The beginning of pride is when you depart from the Most High. Okay, when you're not walking in the fear of the Lord. But he giveth grace unto the humble. Submit yourselves therefore to the Most High, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw nigh unto the Most High, and he will draw nigh unto you. Seek after the Lord as it was in your mind to go straight from the Lord, seek him 10 times more. Call upon the Lord while he may be found. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Be afflicted, and mourn, and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning, and your joy to heaviness. Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. The end of the proud is destruction. The day of the Lord upon all those that are haughty, all those that are proud. Okay? But the Lord shall lift you up if you're humble. Okay, if you're walking in a contrite spirit, if you're walking with a broken heart, you're walking in the fear of the Lord, walking after Yahweh Shai, the Lord will lift you up. Okay, he will raise you up from the dunghill, that from a lowly estate, and give us a kingdom. Okay, he will give us a glory, man. But again, that starts with fearing the Lord and walking after his commandments and walking after Yahweh Shai. Okay? Seeking the Lord 10 times more. Drawing near unto him so that he may draw near unto us. Seeking after the love of the Lord and seeking what is pleasing unto him and doing what is pleasing unto him. All right? So that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors unto my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and willing well. Salutation, peace, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Until next lesson, DT Ababa, DT Ababa, DT Ababa, Kwam Yashala. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.